Great. Like to come in, sir?
Hello,
Brilliant.
Come in.
Hello. BBC Radio Devon.
Nice to meet you, Russell.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Nice to see you.
What do you make of North Devon? And this is a first for Castle Hill, Russell.
It's great, and what I noticed, it was, I don't know, it was like a scene out of, you remember the old vintage movies, the old kind of vintage movies where you've got like the big car shows, like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang type environment. It looked like that kind of scene. It looked like a scene from an old movie. It was amazing. When I first walked out, I was generally like, wow, look at this. It looked really kind of vintage, traditional, sort of outdoors British environment. I'm buzzing. We had such good fun at the end as well, and we got a little sprinkling of. Is it still sprinkling?
It's still sprinkling,
actually,
but it's on its way out. It's okay.
It was raining, wasn't it? Yeah.
But I think you warmed up the crowd by that point, so they weren't too worried. It was quite interesting the way they all put their coats on together, and the umbrellas went up in unison.
And then I asked a really impertinent question. Oh look, why has everybody put their coats on simultaneously? And this bloke shouted out. He sounded really angry at me. It's raining. Oh, sorry, I didn't order it.
What a backdrop, though. And you've got the best view because, of course, the house is behind the crowd, so you get to face that.
From the stage, I don't think I've seen many better views from a stage. It looks absolutely incredible. And I don't know what it's going to look like by the end of the night, but as the sun's kind of coming down at this point, it looks absolutely stunning. What a fantastic location.
Some people have described it as a mini Glastonbury out there.
A mini Glastonbury? Yeah. Well, it kind of, I think maybe that's because of the boots and the mud and everything else, but it's great fun. It's really fantastic. It's great to see, so many people. It's the first time they've held an event here, and the place is, got there's a lot of people in here. The grandstand at the back's full, and there's a lot of people sitting around on the grass. So it's great that people have kind of, come out and bear the weather, because it's not been great the last couple of days. So it's fantastic to see so many people, because normally with these types of events, when it starts raining and the weather gets bad, people usually stay away. So I'm really, really pleased to see so many people out there.
It sounds like, of course, the one bloke out the front is blaming you for the weather as well.
He was definitely blaming me.
He's not happy.
He's not a happy man at all.
He's got your security outside.
I think maybe his champagne or something was possibly watered down by the shower. So. Hey-ho.
How do you come up with the playlist when you're putting the list of songs together? You got a mix of tunes, obviously to suit all ages and different generations out there.
Well, I'm very conscious that there is a mixed audience out there. That there's young, old, middle. The demographic of my fan base is very, very varied. But what I try to do is a combination of all the records that I've recorded over the past. Well, now coming up to nearly 12 years, and then of course material from the new record as well. But what I've started doing, particularly with the outdoor events, is putting in kind of last night of the proms type repertoire, like Rule Britannia and Jerusalem and Land of Hope and Glory, the sort of stuff that gets people really going and excited. So by the end of the night we'll have whipped them up into a frenzy, hopefully, and they'll be going home with big smiles on their faces.
That's the fashion now. This kind of event is the fashion. 20 years ago, you wouldn't have had this type of music perform to these people in a field in front of a country house.
No, it'd have probably been Pink Floyd.
Yeah, which is bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's probably less than 20 years, in fact. It's probably more like sort of 10, 15 years ago. I think that classical music, certainly over the last, I think probably since maybe kick-starting it around about the 90s, was the three tenors, Pavarotti, Domingo and Carreras, kick-started the whole interest in classical music outside of the opera houses, and people like myself who've kick-started the classical crossover scene have kind of maintained that and kept the music rolling, and now it's not just a kind of niche genre, it's a big genre.
As you know, some of the proceeds tonight coming towards the BBC Radio Devon Air Ambulance Appeal, and we're looking to raise £600,000 by the end of this year to replace the North Devon helicopter. I mean, to this area, because it's so far from so many of the main hospitals in the county, there's massive support for it.
Yeah, and that's fantastic, and I'm fully aware because I've been in the back of an ambulance myself, and I know the importance of the work that the paramedics do and that the people that work in this type of environment do, and I realise how crucial it is, particularly for ambulances and so on, to have the machinery that they need. There are often cases, of course, where ambulances can't get to specific areas, and of course that's when you need airlifts, and that's why, again, I think it's crucial that the air ambulances are supported well, and the charities are also supported well, and it's one of the reasons why I'm here as well.
One last question, Russell. Last week on BBC Radio Devon, we were talking to the organisers of the event, and obviously
Yes.
we've been talking about it quite a lot on,
Yes.
on our breakfast show, Good Morning Devon. We learnt that your rider was Jelly Babies. Did you get your Jelly Babies?
There they are.
There they are! Wow! Could I have one of your jelly?
Of course
Would you
can,
mind?
with pleasure.
Oh, now,
Yes.
is there any particular
In fact-
flavour colour you don't like?
I just pull them randomly out of the
Oh,
bag
do
and
you?
eat them, yeah.
And Granny Smiths? Did you get your Granny Smiths? 'Cause-
Yes.
Ah, yes!
Yeah, it's all there.
Wow.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
No
I'm
TVs
not
to
a-
chuck out of hotel
No,
windows.
I'm
and...
not a man of great demands. Apples and jelly babies.
Why Jelly Babies?
They're actually a really great source of sugar. And it's really quick source of sugar, you know, gets into your bloodstream nice and quick, and it's good for energy. So have one.
I will. Thank you. I'll have a yellow one. Is that all right?
It'll make you feel good.
Thank you, Russell.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
And I'm going to have one myself.
Okay.
God bless. Thank you very much.